Wonder why Romania is suddenly so important? Well, it's not a chance I can tell you that. Romania is now the most strategic piece of land in Eastern Europe. It borders Ukraine. It has access to the Black Sea. It shares cultural and economic proximity to Russia, but more importantly, it's become NATO's front line. You don't build the largest NATO base in Europe unless you're planning for something big. This air base is being turned into a military city, hospitals, barracks, schools, massive runways. This isn't defense, this is staging. And you know what that makes Romania? Unfortunately, it makes it the tripwire, the sacrificial pawn, the first domino in a wider war. If conflict actually does break out, Romania doesn't just participate, it bleeds first. That's the reality. And just look at what's happened politically. In the most recent presidential election held in November 24, the conservative candidate, Colin Georgescu, won the first round unexpectedly, and boom, it was annulled because they blamed Russian interference. Second election, the same conservative party is leading again in the exit polls. Momentum was his. And then, overnight, the pro-European candidate suddenly wins. Quietly, cleanly, as if scripted. And this time, France is caught meddling. Western interference, but this one is not annulled because they got the outcome that they wanted. So let's call it what it is. Two different rules, one for the East and one for the rest. And Romania, well, just a chessboard for the global elite. And I'll tell you this from experience. Back in 2000, I had an organization helping abandoned babies in Romania, working directly with local and national government. They welcomed us. They were grateful, cooperative, until the European Union got involved. An EU delegate came into our office yelling at us, furious. How dare we highlight this issue? How dare we draw attention to abandoned Romanian children? She told us to shut it down, pack up, and get out. According to her, we were interfering in her country. Let that sink in for a second. Helping abandoned babies wasn't the issue. The image of Romania was. And this was all while the country was applying for the EU membership. They didn't want the truth. They wanted compliance, they wanted silence, and they wanted the appearance of progress, not the reality. So now, over 20 years later, the playbook hasn't changed. You still have elections controlled from abroad. You still have decisions made in Brussels and Paris, not in Bucharest. You still have a frontline country being dressed up like a partner but treated like cannon fodder. So yeah, pay attention to Romania. Because when the smoke rises, this is where it starts. And if you still think this is about democracy, about alliances, about protecting values, well, wake up. This isn't strategy, it's sacrifice. Romania isn't being protected, it's being positioned. Positioned to burn first, while the suits in Brussels sip wine and talk about solidarity, while Washington runs logistics, while Berlin hesitates. And when the first shots are fired, don't say you weren't warned. Because Romania is a tripwire, the pawn, the acceptable loss. And history, well, history won't remember who followed orders. It'll remember who saw it coming and said nothing.